Hi, first graders. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the reading of The Trees of the Dancing Goats and the video that I put together for you. This is the social studies lesson that's going to go with that. And I want to talk a little bit about what we learned in The Trees of the Dancing Goat. Now, in The Trees of the Dancing Goats, we learned that there's they called an epidemic going around. An epidemic is kind of like the word that you've probably heard, pandemic, going around that's happening right now. Now, an epidemic and a pandemic are kind of the same thing. An epidemic is just smaller than a pandemic, where a disease or a virus, like is going around, like the coronavirus or COVID, is going around and affecting a lot of people. And that same thing is happening here in The Trees of the Dancing Goats, and it's happening in this story with Patricia and the town that she lives in Michigan. And her family comes together, and she talks about how the holidays are always really special for her, and talks about some of the different traditions that her and her family have when it comes to um, the holidays and things like that. So let's talk really quickly on this page. I'm just going to use my typing tool. So if I was answering this, I'm going to answer this kind of like Patricia would, using this, and then I'm going to answer it how I would answer it, and then I have a page left for you to answer it. So first, I'm just going to write Patricia's answers so that we know. And I'm going to go ahead and toss this here in the middle of my screen, and that way we have a kind of an idea of what's going on. And I'm going to toss in another text box. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to toss in another text box, and we're going to go ahead and type our answers in here about, if I was Patricia, what is one way your family makes the holidays special? Now, I'm thinking back, and I'm going to go back through my story to answer as Patricia. Something that they do, there were a couple different traditions where they talked about. The first one that they talk about here is where Babushka makes candles for the menorah. So, what is one way your family makes the holiday special? I'm going to say, I don't know how to spell Babushka. Babushka makes candles for the menorah. Now I can leave that one there. If I wanted to add a second answer, I could, and I could say that Grandpa makes. He doesn't make. He carves. Carves. That's what it means to like make something out of wood. Carves toys out of wood. And that could be something else like a tradition there. So we're going to do that. Now, the next question that I ask you is, what are ways you can make the holidays special for another family this year? And we know, just like in our story here, that the holidays are tough this year because people were sick and couldn't really do things, couldn't really do it. So one of the ways that they came up with that they were going to make the holidays special for other people this year was that they were going to cut down trees to decorate and deliver to neighbors that couldn't put theirs up or couldn't get one. Let's say couldn't get one. People were sick. Families are sick, and just like right now, like families are sick right now. They can't really go and some families can't go and get trees because they just don't have that ability because they're sick, or a family member's sick and they're busy taking care of that family member, or they're just not sick and they're too sick to go out. That's something that's happening to a lot of people right now too. So, and that's something that happened to the people in Patricia's town. And another way that they decided that they could help is that they could deliver food baskets to families. And they could give food baskets to families and give food so that families had food to eat and food to go through the holidays because we all have one common thing that we've talked about with holidays is that we all have special food and we all tend to have meals or feasts together. And so delivering food baskets helps families have those dinners and those meals together, even when they're sick. They might not be healthy enough to cook their own meals or too tired or too busy to cook their own meals because they're taking care of other people. And one of the other ways that they mentioned was that they could that or one way that babushka did one thing babushka did to help was she gave every family their own candle. And I don't know, so some of us might celebrate different holidays. If we celebrate Kwanzaa, we use candles on the Kinara. If we celebrate Hanukkah, we use candles on the menorah. And for some of us, you might think, okay, well, how do I use candles for Christmas? And some of us might go to church and we light Advent candles, or even Christmas Eve services might light candles and sing songs. So it was a way to spread light and joy to each other. So these are the different ways that Patricia's family went through the holidays and tried to make it special for themselves and for other people. Now, I want to talk just quickly and share with you just some examples that you can use or come up with on your own. And I'm going to use my family as an example. What is one way your family makes the holidays special? And something that my family does, both mine and my fiance's, for my boys, is that everyone gives them a stocking. So they get a stocking for everyone. So it helps make the holiday special for them because they know that Santa delivers stockings to everyone's house. Everyone does it, and everyone gets that stocking, and that stocking is there because Santa loves, and our family loves everyone, and Santa gives that delivery to everyone and make sure that Santa's out there and getting those things done. And that's something really special to my family, to help us remind us about how cool Christmas is and how special it is that Santa takes the time to deliver those things to everybody and help us out. Like, that's a really cool thing. So everyone gives gifts. Gives gifts to everyone. That's a simple way that we can do to make it special. Another really special way that my family does. Normally, we can't do it this year, but normally my family comes together and we make cookies together. It's something really special we do. My aunts, uncles, cousins, we come together and we make Christmas cookies. And we use my grandma's recipe. That's a hard word. I will fix that spelling later. But we use my grandma's recipe and that kind of stuff, and do something special like that. So that's one way, some ways that we make it special there. Now, here's the fun part that I want you to take some time to think about is, what are ways that you, this year in 2020, what are some ways you can make this Christmas special for the people near you, your neighbors, your friends, your family? What is something you can do for another family to make their holiday special? Something that I like to do is I like to decorate outside. I like to put up Christmas decorations, and I know that this year is a year where we have to stay socially distant and away from each other, and we have to find new ways to enjoy things like Christmas lights and those celebrations. And driving around and looking at Christmas lights is something that I've noticed is happening a lot more this year, and more Christmas lights are going up. So I decided to do the same thing to help people so that they could drive around and see more lights. So putting up outside Christmas lights for people to drive by and see. It's a safer way to do that. You can stay in your car, don't have to get out. So that's a fun way that I can do that to help people. Something that my family has decided that we're going to do is we have decided that we want to make cookies and cupcakes to deliver to neighbors. And we can wrap them in saran wrap or something like that to keep them safe so that they don't get dirty. We can wear gloves so we don't get germs on them, but we can deliver cookies or cupcakes to somewhere nearby. So those are some ways that my family can help make the holiday special for somebody else. If I know that maybe a neighbor celebrates a different holiday, I could, put up a menorah in my window to show them support for their holidays, or to show them that I care and that I want them to have a happy holidays. Or there's many other options as well. So today, what I want you to do is I'd like for you on this first page to tell me a couple ways or one way that your family makes the holiday special. And then on this side, I would like you to tell me what are ways that you can make the holidays special this year in 2020 for another family, for other people around us. I look so forward to hearing your answers today, and I look forward to being able to share some of those with us later. So, thank you, first graders. I was so happy to see you. Thank you.